think I'm gonna use a 360 and get a bit of a peek.
Have you not learned any lessons from those horror movies? Welcome, Toe Man, back to the casa. I'm Underdog. Today is Super Sabbath Sunday, and we are going to... I don't really know. For those who don't know, Super Sabbath Sunday is a day when we come together to rest. Because on the seventh day, the Lord rested. And we too will rest. So grab yourself some Dayquil. Grab yourself some aguas. Man, the amount of random things on my table never cease to end. Grab yourself some... tools.
What did he say?
Today, we're gonna watch Inside Japan's Worst Tiny Apartment. I thought this was interesting, so I was like, 3 seconds in, I'm like, okay, you know what? I gotta watch it on Sunday with y'all. So sit back, Toe Man, and let's get into it.
This is Japan's craziest apartment, hands down. I usually like to jump right inside, but you have to see this building from the outside to truly appreciate it at scale. Because this here, that is the entire building. That's the whole...
That's crazy. Yo, this is gonna be like a trend, like possibly in New York, and there's gonna be multiple of these. Like, we laugh, but this... You see the stonks? You know what? Matter of fact, Ridge House... in America, USA is how much? Oh! Is this real? The medium home sales price in the United States is as of the four of 20. Oh my gosh! Holy shenanigans, bro! That's like $500,000. That's the average? Yo, is that real? Yeah, no wonder, bro. I'm finna live in one of these. And it's not slowing down.
whole thing. It is 5 floors of triangular goodness. It's essentially like living in a Toblerone bar. And just for a little bit of perspective, here is the width of the building's edge contrasted against me.
That's crazy. Either he big or that thing little.
Huh? Weird.
I mean, pause.
Buddy?
Wait, hold on.
You're weird. It is quite a sight to see. Let's head inside and take a peek because it's not just a triangle from the outside, and it has a handful of small problems aside from the shape that make it a massive challenge to live in. The area is beautiful, by the way. It's at this 5-point crossing in the Nerima area of Tokyo, but our first major challenge today.
You know what's crazy? Someone had the thought process, like the legit process. They like sat down looking around with their money's full of whatever, buying land and real estate, and they said, that little piece of land, I can make that into an apartment. So someone in their head, bro, someone in their head was like, yeah, I could do that. With that piece of land, yeah, I could do that. That's, you know, humans are resilient and they're creative. There's the things we come up with is, I mean, look, what the flip is that? Humans are crazy that we just come up with this stuff on the noggin though, like on the. All right.
Going to be this stairwell. Aside from the lack of vertical clearance and proper width to be able to get through here, the stairs themselves are actually incredibly narrow and shallow. And I've got to hold on to this center pole basically the entire time I'm going up.
This is breaking so many codes.
And amazingly, every single unit here is occupied except for the one that we're checking out today. I have been waiting a year for this, and a real estate friend of mine who runs a YouTube channel of his own.
There are so many human right violations, I feel, but you know, I'm not.
Lincoln hooked me up with the keys today, so huge gratitude.
I would think the keys are smaller because the apartment is smaller.
Wow. Okay, so there's just about enough space to take off my shoes there. It opens into a kitchen area, and I have questions about the shower area here. Mostly on account of this door height, but let's take a peek. So the door
Oh my gosh.
Okay, close the door, and I basically take up the entire space. That's actually not a bad shower space. It's pretty much got everything that you need. It's got a shower right here, and it's got a bath that I'm really wondering if I would even fit in. Okay, so curiosity's getting the better of me, and I have to know if I would fit in the bath, and that is actually not a bad bath. I could do that. Do you think you could? The hermit I stayed with in the mountains.
Yo, he's a positive thinker. I give him that. He's one of those people that see the glass full and you're like, you know what? I got a roof over my head. I got. Oh my gosh. He's selling it. He's trying to sell it.
Mountains had a smaller bath than this. Then he had an entire house to himself, and as an added bonus, you've got a window.
As an added bonus, you know, he really said, as an added bonus, you got a window. I can't. Look at his face. Look, he's just. He's trying. He's really trying to make this positive, bro.
Then, no matter how small your place is, a bath with a window is always nice. And there's a little. Can you call this a kitchen space?
Nah, stop
Barely
the
enough
cap.
space to stand here, but you have a tiny sink with no counter, a single induction heater. This little fridge here, if you're lucky, might just be big enough to fit a single iPhone. It fits.
You're like a
We'll talk about
s'more.
this magical little device in a second, but the room itself does not look like this.
It's like a clown house. What the? It's a clown house.
It doesn't look like this either, or this, or even this. And punching the lens in only makes it smaller and worse. The only way to really understand this place is to look at it from above. My hands can touch both sides. I have seen pictures of this place, but nothing compares to seeing this in person and just how tiny this room is. For perspective, if I were to be in here wearing my backpack, or if there were a sofa, there would barely be enough space to fit one.
Mans think he could fit a sofa. You lucky if you can even fit a normal bed. Or I mean, honestly, at that point you would get a kid-sized bed because like you're a clown, so might as well.
Maybe two more people. What are the measurements? Now the floor.
When you broke, you fit as many people as you need. Like there's no if, whats, or buts. We want to fit in here, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
Plan for this says that you're getting over 11 square meters, but I'm wondering how much space do you really have? Front to back, side to side, the widest space that you're getting in any direction is just over 2.5 meters. But it makes me wonder where I would put anything. Where would you put anything? Since we're in Japan, for example, instead of a bed, you'd most likely be using a futon, and then you would store it in this closet here, but
Closet? That looks like a cabinet.
do you really even need the closet? Or do you feel it's just taking up valuable space in the apartment? It does have a hanging rack so you could hang clothes on it and whatnot, but it is rather large, and this place also has a lot of the other minor amenities that you would need. On this side of the room, you have a hookup for TV reception, but if you want to plug it in, the plug for some reason is on the other side of the room.
That's funny. Poor electricians. They didn't have enough room. What could he do, bro?
And the room gives you a total of 2 whole plugs, so you could plug 2 things in.
I keep pausing because he's so optimistic about it. He's like, he's like, for the low price, he got 2, not 1, 2 whole plugs, bro. He really selling this. He's out here, bro. He's out here.
it if you want to. And there's a hookup for telephone and internet here that should never be touched. So we're gonna put that back, and
That looks like a
pretend
fire
that-
hazard.
we'll pretend that that's fine. And as pretty as it looks, none of the brick here is real. These are sponge bricks from the dollar
Wow,
store.
who would've
and if you
guessed?
look real carefully, this is actually brick wallpaper. But you also do have an in-window
not
air
shocked.
conditioner.
I'm just
this
not.
style of air conditioner is fairly rare in Japan. They're usually mounted up top. And this here is a hookup for fiber optics. So you've got all the internet you would need. Mind you, in Japan, Wi-Fi modules are everywhere. The biggest problem with this place so far is
They got
just
a balcony.
the noise. It's actually taken me a really long time to shoot this because this is one of the main streets of this area, and it is just filled with bikes and trucks and garbage trucks and stuff going through it all hours. This is probably
You know, I'm surprised that's like a complaint for him. I thought he would be like, bro, you're in the middle of a bustling town. You can get anywhere where you need because you're right there. He missed opportunity.
so far the single noisiest apartment that I've had the opportunity to experience in Japan. Mind you, some people just aren't that bothered by the noise, especially considering the fact that the
I wouldn't either if you paid low prices. I'm like, what sound? I didn't hear anything. When your car starts showing all these emojis, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just another day for my car. A noise? I didn't hear anything in my car. That sounded too expensive. So I stay in my lane.
rent here is unbelievably cheap at only about 40,000 yen per month. I also love how both of the windows and balconies have these I can't fit through this window. Have these little cover thing. I don't know what it's for. It's not actually covered by anything, but it's wonderful. And since we're on the outside edge of Tokyo, a lot of the buildings out here are much lower, and the view is quite nice. At least it is today. And these here look like you'd be able to hang poles on them for your laundry. But I'm very stuck, but you may have also noticed that there's no toilet inside the apartment. I was actually warned, by the way, not to approach any of the
What?
residents of this building. We'll cover that in a second. And I also wanted to show you this, which is apparently a portable washing machine, which can wash up to 1 t-shirt or 3 pairs of socks, maybe 4 if you're lucky. Didn't even know stuff like that existed, learning every day. The toilet is actually out here. We've actually got to go to the front door.
No toilet. Wow.
Put your shoes back on, and then your toilet is going to be right here. Now, luckily, each floor or unit does have their own toilet space. It is not a
Okay.
shared
I was about to say, I'm like, dang, you share toilets? Dang, that's a new level.
toilet situation, but here's what it looks like. Now, the door itself doesn't even open all the way, and this is your toilet space.
Interesting. That's the floor plan. Hey, I mean, well, I'm surprised they didn't add it to they didn't just make the room bigger and add it here, but I guess they wanted to utilize this more. I don't know, there's some bad planning here, I feel. Bad structural plans, I think, but you know, what do I know? I'm just a broke YouTuber.
That is basically the entire thing. You have a little sink on top, but standing up inside may be a challenge for some people. And
How
let's
tall
watch
is
the
this guy?
claustrophobics freak out when we
Is he average height or is he really
close
tall?
the door. That is the entire toilet space. And with limited ventilation, it does get very hot in here. It's not the kind of place that you would want to be in the depths.
Oh snap, no vents? Yo, that means if someone the whole apartment knows. That's crazy.
Of summer. But as for
He's sweating.
It is really warm. But as for those warnings that I got. Now, I've only ever gotten a warning like this one time before, and it was when I shot a video about a $100 apartment here in Tokyo, and I was recommended just not to approach the residents because they may not be friendly, welcoming, or even want to talk. And here, I wasn't really given a
Interesting.
reason. They were like, it's probably a good idea if you just don't approach the residents. Mind you, this building itself is actually fairly well known. The sign is kind of blocked right now, but it's called the Sankaku Biru, or Triangle. It's literally called the Triangle Building. So my assumption was that they've just gotten too much media attention because it is a fairly well-known building. But when I asked, they were like, no, that's not why. You just probably shouldn't do it. I'm so curious. What do you think it could be? Why should I not approach the residents?
Because you're a YouTuber and you probably don't respect the culture. Possibly. I don't know. Again, I'm just a broke YouTuber.
I actually just made my way up to the 5th floor, and the door here is off of its hinges, and it seems...
Bro, he's asking to get, like, socked in the face, I think. I would not be peeking, 1. 2, I wouldn't have even explored beyond my level. And 3, I would go in and out. Because if they're hostile, that means even just an interaction, just a pass by with them, could cause you to possibly die. Because you don't look like them. Number 4, you don't look like them. You don't talk like them. Maybe you do. Maybe you do talk like them, but you don't look like them. And there's a lot of racism in Japan and China and, like, all this jazz. There's just... Like, we think we deal with racism? Like, bro, send a black guy over there. He's going to get discriminated against. So, like, it's not even going to be funny. He's not going to find a job. He's not going to find anything. It's going to be like, what the hell? Yo, I thought that was only in Disney movies. they're, like, it's not going to be funny. Like, I wouldn't fit there either. He fits there kind of because he has the skin color. Similar skin color, but like for me and like other people, it's very, the younger generation is getting better at it, but the older generation there was like, nah fam, they ain't it. So it's crazy. I think he's crazy. I think he's crazy. I would not be doing that. Cause another freaking Logan Paul incident, but he's the one that gets hurt.
Seems like the apartment inside has been completely abandoned. I think I'm going to use a 360 and get a bit of a peek.
R.I.P. R.I.P. He's the definition of, oh, what's that sound? It's like a horror movie happening, and they're like, oh, I'm going to check out that sound. Let's split up, gang. Like, no. Have you not learned any lesson from those horror movies? Like, this guy's stupid. I don't know how this video is out. He probably should have been arrested or anything. That's if America, bro, has those issues, and like, I mean, I granted not every culture is like that, but still, bro, there's like respecting someone's privacy. It might be filmed, it might be fake, I don't know, but he's pushing it. He's pushing it, bro. Oh my gosh, he's stupid, bro.
That is
so
wild,
stupid.
and it's a little bit unfortunate because this seems to be the only unit that actually has a balcony as well. That is
He had a balcony too. He couldn't stand in it.
trashed. That's too bad.
But would you live here? Would you live in this tiny triangle apartment, weirdly shaped? People always ask me if I would, and my first apartment in Japan was way smaller than all of this. I also did not have a kitchen. I spent most of my time out of the house anyway, and I didn't really
Is that why he was so optimistic? His house was smaller? That's funny.
own anything since it was my first year in Japan, so yes, I would 100% live here. But what about you? I was leaving and looked back, and if you take a
That was a weird little glitch.
look at the plot of land that it's on. They've taken this really narrow plot of land and just squeezed a ton of real estate right into this tiny
He had
little
to.
Like, they even have their own parking space. Japan, you always impress me with how you utilize your land. That's amazing. Okay, going down these stairs feels 10 times more dangerous than going up. This does not feel safe. The peak. Oh, I nailed my head going in. Oh, did the same thing like 6 times on the stairs. Oh my god, it got really hot in here while I was shooting that and I wasn't expecting it, and I'm just...
Yo, he tripping of sweat. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. He's dripping. He's sweating, bro. Bro, when someone takes a dump there, everybody in the apartment knows. There's no way. There's no ventilation, so it's just like it's a clown house. Like it's not even. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, that was it. Thank you for coming, Toe Man. Enjoy, relax. God bless. Take care. Underdog out.